to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. This is the moment that we've all been counting down the seconds, counting down the minutes. When is Sunday evening going to come? Well, it's very, very close now, and the excitement is building, the adrenaline is pumping, and the expectation is growing. We are getting closer and closer to the managerial bow of Quique Setien. It's coming right up at the Camp Nou. Do not miss it. Barcelona against Granada. We are ready. Kickoff will be coming to us at long last at 9 p.m. local time from the Camp Nou in Barcelona, which is expected there to be absolutely bouncing ahead of a brand new era under Quique Setien. And certainly here, we are all ready for this. And of course, guys, to get you absolutely prepared, here are the times right around the world so you can get involved in this one, because this here is finally a game that we have been excited about watching. We are waiting to sit down and watch our team again and feel good about it. Don't miss this. It should be amazing. The feeling is incredible. Let's get down to the serious business. Because this week, I have not asked you guys for a results-based prediction, simply because I don't believe that's the area that we're most hopeful for coming into this game. We want to see the performance of Barcelona. We want to see the foundations for something big going forward. And I think it's safe to say, you guys are absolutely with me on that one. Absolutely staggering results there from you. Elsewhere in La Liga, Real Madrid will be facing Sevilla on the Saturday afternoon. A big game there. Real Madrid once again with some key absentees, but they handled it well in the Super Cup. Will they do it again in that game? And Eibar will be facing Atletico Madrid. That they're coming on the Saturday night, which means there Real and Atletico once again are in action before ourselves. The pressure may be on, but under Quique Setien, we believe we'll handle that. Here is the La Liga table going into Quique Setien's first La Liga game as the Barcelona coach. We are currently top of the league ahead of Real Madrid only on goal difference at this point. Both of us are on 40 points. Atletico Madrid there back in third place, 5 points behind on 35. And quite clearly, it's close. We can't afford to make mistakes. We can't afford to drop points. But at the same time, it is a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We'll remain patient, whatever happens. And you only have to look back to September to see the damage that Granada are capable of doing. On that day, it was an embarrassing day once again for Barcelona, and it was a comfortable win for Granada, incredibly. Granada 2, Barcelona 0. And honestly, guys, we struggled to get going. We never really got ourselves into the game. And since then, it's safe to say so much has happened. On both sides, of course, we're here now with a brand new coach, with a brand new feeling about the team. And from Granada's point of view, they actually won that game, and for a short period of time, they were actually top of the La Liga table, but since then, an inevitable drop has come. But still, they're in a respectable 10th place. They're clearly a good team. It will not be an easy game, no matter what happens. And before we move on to the words of Quique Setien himself, let's have a look here at so far this season, the comparison between Granada and Barcelona, both in terms of the team point of view and also they're looking at the individuals. You can see there clearly Barcelona much better in terms of goal scoring, nearly double the amount of goals that Granada got this season. But then you look defensively and it's not all that different. We've actually conceded there just 2 goals less than Granada, and it's going to be interesting to see what sort of defensive setup we use tomorrow under Quique Setien. And certainly as well in terms of shots, we're not all that far away from somebody there like Granada, and I think the feeling is we need to create more under Setien. We need to have more chances to score goals, because our conversion rate is absolutely brilliant, but we're not always going to be phenomenal in front of goal. We have to create more. We've got to have more chances in the final third. Hopefully we see that tomorrow. And in terms of individuals, you can see there the goals have been pretty hard to come by for Granada. They're shared around, not really one player who's going to grab all of the goals in one occasion. But for Barcelona, no surprise at all to see Messi, Suarez and Antoine Griezmann. And also in terms of assists, Luis Suarez right up there too. Messi and Griezmann completing the top 3. But of course tomorrow, and for pretty much the rest of the season, we are going to be without Luis Suarez. He's clearly a player there that's involved so much in the final third, both in terms of goals and assists. We've got to replace him. Setien has a plan for that. Tomorrow, we should start to see that take shape. And moving on now to Quique Setien, we've spoken all week about the changes that he's already brought to Barcelona and what we can start to expect from his team and his philosophy, of course, in playing the beautiful game. And coming into this game, we have actually seen from Barcelona, by the time they play Granada, they will have had 8 training sessions this week, from Monday to Sunday. 8 sessions in total, one of those coming under Valverde, the final 7 coming under Setién, and that includes, of course, they're going to be training on the day of the game like we spoke about before. Absolutely incredible there. In the meantime as well, they've also gone out for a morale-building meal, all the squad there, along with Quique Setien and Ricky Puig as well, went out for a meal. They spoke together, they enjoyed some food, of course, they had a good time, and it was just a nice occasion there to get everybody together, pulling in the right direction, and that was nice to see. And also, of course, Quique Setien has been very, very busy watching Barcelona B. He was in the stadium as they took on Barcelona earlier on this week, and it's safe to say that Setién has been involved in everything since he stepped through the door at Barcelona. And even yesterday, unbelievably, many of you guys will have seen this, he's actually been training with the team. Not just training the team, but actually involved in the sessions. He was in there, he was in the middle with the rondos. He was playing with Lionel Messi. I feel like, to be honest, Quique Setien there was thinking, I want to pass the ball between me and Messi. I want to have a bit of fun with this man. Of course I want to play with him. And Setién there, you can see that passion for the game. You can see he's loving every minute of this job, being close to the players, conversing with the players, learning from them, as well as giving orders to them. And certainly throughout his time here, you can see that passion, that desire for the game. It's infectious. Not only we're feeling it, not only he's feeling, but the players too. They're feeling it. Every single photo, you can see the smiles on the faces. You can see there the enthusiasm to go out and work under this man, and it just makes everything incredibly exciting. And in terms of the words of the man himself, Quique Setien, of course, his press conference was held earlier on today. He spoke at length about a number of different topics. We're going to be going over some of them right here and now. First of all, he was asked, basically, how is that first work being? We spoke there about all the things that he's done in this opening week as Barcelona coach, and he actually said there, the week has gone so well. I can't believe how well it's actually gone. He said the week has actually been much, much better than I even expected it to be. He said sometimes you come in as a new coach and there's uncertainty around the players, there's a bit of a lack of understanding there, but he said no, the attitude of these players has been amazing. They've really, really impressed me. They've been accepting my orders, they've been taking on board exactly what I'm saying. I'm so happy with the group that I'm working with and how everything's going. He was also asked, of course, about the midfield areas, what we're going to do tomorrow. Of course, no Frenkie de Jong, he's going to be suspended for this game. He was asked there about Ricky Puig, would he be involved in the game? And certainly Setién, he keeps saying, if they're ready, they will play. He said not only Puig, he said I'm also looking at other Barcelona B players. He said there's so much talent there in the youth teams. He said we're going to use that. If we feel like we need to, we're going to bring players in, they're going to have their chance, and that's very, very refreshing there from a Barcelona point of view. Arthur Melo is another one, of course, who is an injury doubt tomorrow, but he has trained all week long, so hopefully he is going to be involved there at some stage tomorrow. And Quique Setien said there, Arthur is wonderful. He said he understands everything in the game, and he says I'm really, really looking forward to working with him more, and he's going to be a key player in this team this season. And of course, for all of us Barcelona fans, that is music to our ears. I was quite surprised by some of the questions the journalists were asking Setién. He was asked actually about Arturo Vidal. Is Vidal going to feature in this team, or is it going to be possibly Ivan Rakitic who plays this weekend? Because I think Vidal is somebody maybe who doesn't necessarily fit Quique Setien's style of play. Usually there it's more about possession, it's more about players who are ordered and controlled. And he actually said that, look, in this team, we want everybody to be organised. We don't want to see erratic play. We don't want to see somebody there who's not really sticking to the overall philosophy. But he said, look, I love to speak individually with every single player. He said, all of the players in my team, I go and talk with them, I go and exchange ideas, I get feedback from them. I think that's really important there, to actually understand what the players want to see from him too. And he said, look, this morning I spoke with Arturo Vidal. He said I spoke with him about a number of things. We spoke individually. And then he said he went into training and he did what I asked. He followed through there on what I was asking from him, and I was really, really impressed. And what I think we're going to see here with Arturo Vidal is possibly him having to change his style. Not completely. You can't take away the kind of mentality that he has. But Quique Setien will demand something there a bit different from him. And he was actually asked there, maybe Arturo Vidal doesn't have the Barcelona DNA. But Setien said no. He said, you know what? Sometimes even the players don't know what they're capable of. These players sometimes, they're not really sure they can do something until you teach it to them. And when you actually do that, they can surprise you. So he said, I'm not ruling anything out. Everybody here is going to have a chance, and we're going to see that come to fruition. But I do want to finish here today, guys, the match preview with some very, very important, vital words from Quique Setien himself, because he was asked there by the journalist, will we see tomorrow the changes in your team? Will we see that immediately there out on the field? And Quique Setien said, yes. tomorrow you will see changes. He said, I'm sure you're going to see some sort of change there out on the field because of what we worked on right throughout this week. But he said, and these are so important, these words. He said, please remember, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Not everything will take effect immediately. I want the things that we do tomorrow to remain not just for one game, not just for 2 games, but for a long period of time. This is a process. He said, I don't want to see flashes of brilliance that we're just going to see in one game. He said, I want to see that kind of performance, that kind of level replicated and repeated. He said, I want to see that determination and the intensity from the players every single game. He said, not for 50 minutes, not for 60 minutes. I want to see 90-minute performances. Tomorrow, you'll see the beginning. But we all must have patience. And again, guys, I don't think it would be particularly fair to give a score prediction. That's not something here that we're necessarily focusing on. I would rather win maybe 1-0 with a brilliant performance with so many encouraging signs than win 3-0 if we're not particularly playing very well. So hopefully tomorrow we can see a few changes, some clear signs there that things are improving, that the philosophy is starting there to take shape. We're not going to see the end product tomorrow. Please don't expect that. We're not going to see a completely well-oiled machine in Barcelona, but hopefully we can just see those early signs of Setién coming in, changing things for the better. And I'm absolutely sure we are going to enjoy tomorrow's game. I hope you enjoy it. I hope we all enjoy it. And coming up later today, we are going to be talking more about the lineup. I wanted to do there a full video on that because there are so many things there to talk about in the build-up to this game, what Setién could do, what he may not do. Everything there is going to be coming up on the lineup later on today. Thank you guys for your incredible support. Enjoy the game. I can't wait. But until next time, as always, Vasca el Barça!